here is Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
Well, I am going to do my best to talk about how quiet the weather is getting out here, but you hear there's a lot of activities going on this weekend, but I'm pretty sure a vast majority of you are going to be sorting out that trash. We might as well just make the conversion over to recycling while we're at it, but of course, going to see some cooperative weather all weekend long to get out there towards the lake, and if you decide to do nothing, I always say if you just decide to relax, also a perfect option. Now, temperatures over the last 24 hours fighting back and forth with those mid-60s, made a good run into those lower 90s. Again, it's the same thing as yesterday and the same thing as it's been for the past couple days. And it's going to be the same thing as we make our way towards the end of July. I'm on the lookout for a little bit of that triple-digit temperature, but I don't think anybody's going to disagree with some of these drier temperatures. Nobody has asked me for more rain across the entire town. 91 in San Angelo, everybody else in a combination of those lower 90s across the entire area. Take a good look. I'm looking for 10 degrees today because it's getting pretty quiet out there. 98 in Robert Lee, 91 down there in Sonora, so we're just outside of the 10-degree spread, but we're dealing with pretty stable conditions. This is more like it when we talk about those summertime conditions. Dew points are in those 50s and those 60s, while humidity indices are back down there in those 30s and those 40s. So everything is quieting down. Take a good look at the moisture tracker. We're just watching that storm that was going to be a potential hurricane make its way out. So we're going to see a little bit more of that cloud cover, more of those humid conditions. It's not nearly as humid today, but we will continue to see waves of humidity with some light, high cloud cover throughout the rest of the weekend into next week. But things are pretty quiet. Take a good look. Here's the high pressure finally on the other side of the Concho Valley. Last year and the year before, it was the heat dome. This time we're on the unstable side, or at least the cooler side of that high pressure. Again, going to see some of those below triple-digit temperatures, but I'm on the lookout towards the northwest for any cold air to make its way down, and of course I'm on the lookout for any hurricane activity. Looking pretty quiet right now. Water vapor imagery, the same story, but getting a better idea of the circulation of high pressure sitting over us right now. I know that school is right around the corner, so I'm thinking about gearing up the weather school again here. You guys are getting pretty good at doing some forecasting. That includes the entire weather team. You guys are getting great at it. Now, severe weather outlook is parts of Iowa into Nebraska and then off towards the East Coast, but it's just going around the Concho Valley. We take you down to the surface to get a better idea of some of the alerts going on. Still some high wind alerts off towards the West Coast, some fires going on. Then we see a little bit of severe weather around Wyoming, parts of Kansas, but down in the Concho Valley, finally quiet. Don't really getting a good look at the tropics right now. Really just sort of zooming in on the Concho Valley. We take you into the futurecast as the background sort of jumps on me. Again, we're going to keep our eye on the southwesterly flow making its way in with those quieter conditions. On-off cloud cover, a little bit of humidity, but we are practicing a lot of that hot weather safety. Now, that includes taking lots of breaks and drinking lots of water. When I think about some of those homes being devastated, I definitely know the central area is out, so we want to make sure we're staying cool while we're doing all that heavy lifting and all that heavy sorting, because we are also counting down the days for Clear the Shelter. So if you're doing some clearing out, you want to pick up some extra fostering animals, definitely got a good opportunity for it tonight, all the way back down into those 70s. I'm going to see how quickly we cool off. Then tomorrow, a good run back at those lower 90s, but make sure you practice that hot weather safety. I'm going to keep saying it because we're going to get up near those triple digits towards the end of July. Now, we're on the lookout for those August temperatures as sunset gets earlier and earlier, but as we continue to sort of wind down this quiet weekend, we're going to hold ourselves in those mid 90s while those overnight lows just stay in those lower 70s. Stay tuned. We'll have more for the break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.